exercise wraps. They're called Polo wraps. You can get them in every darn color under the rainbow. You can get them in really, really fun kid colors. Wraps are really fun because they can be super colorful and add a bunch of charm to your apparel, your horse apparel. These are white for a bay horse. Now, wraps take a lot of practice. It's hard to put them on. Look at Ladybug. Look at Ladybug. She's taking in the lesson. Good girl. She's thinking really, really hard about all this. She's so smart. It's hard to put wraps on properly. I've been doing it for 45 years. I make it look really easy, and I mean really easy. It's not so easy. It takes a lot of practice. But what I want to do is I just want to make sure that you guys are putting the wraps on properly. Okay? So the same idea. Pull against the bone and loosen around the tendon. Against the bone, loosen around the tendon. You're always pulling towards the tail. If you pull towards the tail, then you're pulling against the bone and not the tendon. All right? So this is the hardest part of these. You put it on just under their knee, and you've got this little flap, and you put that down. Okay? And that keeps it from sliding. It locks it in. After that, you're pretty much golden. So you go up one, all right? You end up just below their knee, all right? And then depending on how long the cannon, remember the parts of the horse, the cannon, and how long your particular pair of polo wraps are, is going to dictate how much you overlap. All right? But I know this mare has a pretty average cannon. They're pretty much average polo, so I know I'm going to overlap by about half. All right? Pull across the front, release. Pull across the front. Now this is tricky. Don't go too low. They'll slide down and they will gap. All right? You want to just cup the back of their fetlock. Parts of the horses again. Just cup the back of the fetlock. All right? Then you work your way back up. Pull and soften. Pull and soften. Pull and soften. And if you're magic, you end up right in the middle of their leg. Perfectly with the Velcro. Perfect. If you're lucky and the gods are with you, it ends up looking like that. Okay? Let's do the other one. Okay, pretty girl. Let's do the hind. How about that? Yeah, we're going to do a hind. Oh, yeah, because you guys need to see when you do them, tie the tail up. Here's a little section for you, Miss Anna. Tying the tail up. All right? Gets it out of the way. Tying the tail up gets it out of the way. You take it, you create a loop. All right? Pull it through and keep that part sticking up. And you've got what we call a mud knot. We call this a mud knot. It's a great way to get the tail out of the way. To release, pull the end. Done, done, and done. All right, again, takes a little bit of practice, but you create a loop, bring it through. It's like a slip knot. Push it up, and then to release it. Takes 2 seconds. All right, so when you put wraps or boots on them behind, you tying the tail up just gets it out of the way. All right, now, just as a rule of thumb, most people, I don't want to say most people, we boot up and wrap the front legs more than the back legs. Some horses, most horses, a lot of horses do not need their back legs wrapped or booted. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap her hind so you guys can see it's exactly the same as the front. Start off exactly the same. Take the little piece down, okay? Go over it to lock it in. All right, then work your way down. The back cannons are longer, so I might kind of overlap a little bit less. Pull against the front, release. Pull against the front, release. Cup the back of the fetlock. And then start working your way back up. Pull and release, pull and release. And if the moon and the stars and the planets line up, you'll end up in the middle of their sweet leg, Velcroed. It's better if the Velcro ends up here, but it's not a big deal. If it ends up there, it's perfectly fine. And there's your back leg wrap.